Hi, everyone. I'm Mike Kesani. I'm the co-PI for the Educational Pathways National Center, which is hosted at Moraine Valley Community College. I'm a professor of engineering and technology at Brookdale Community College, and I'm here doing an interview with one of the participants for an incubator we held. So the incubator was a series of workshops to build curriculum, to build content for some of the activities that we're working on as part of this National Pathways Center. And in this case, we were working on activities to use with our virtual reality career exploration. All right. So Z, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Zhigang Li. I am an associate professor of information technology at Kennesaw State University. So I'm in the IT department, and the courses that I generally teach are related to web development programming. But we also teach a wide variety of courses based, on the scheduling and arrangement. For instance, this semester I'm also teaching a cybersecurity capstone. In the other semesters, I may, teach other different courses as well. My research interest is mostly surrounded around the computer education or computer science education, cybersecurity education. I have a mixed background of both computer science and education, so that's what my passion is about. So I'm really passionate about teaching, and so that's where my research interest is centered around.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And again, it was you participated in the workshop in Colorado Springs at the University of Colorado Springs, and it was 2.5 days, and it was a very very short time frame, sort of an immersion. What are your sort of general thoughts about the workshop?
I really enjoyed the workshop, the experience. Well, for one, I've never attended a workshop that is kind of you do the work mostly. The workshops that I usually attend, those are trainings. So we generally, sit in a classroom and essentially receive information. This time is quite different, right? So we are essentially working on a project, trying to, come up with I guess we can call it a product, right? Mm-hmm. So that's very interesting. And I love the interaction with all the other participants. And also love that we have a wide variety of projects from this incubator workshop. And I got, exposure to, the different projects from the incubator workshop, even though I worked specifically with Mike and my partner Chad on this virtual reality environment. Mm-hmm. To come up with activities for cybersecurity career path. But, we also got exposure to other projects, such as the ones we do, the Arduino and, mm-hmm. And the other ones. Yeah, crypto. Mm-hmm. So those are great resources that are very interesting, that I see value in further looking into them and potentially adopting them into my teaching. Obviously depends on the courses and subjects, but those are very interesting ideas, and I'd love to be able to I guess potentially adopt them in the future.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you and Chad worked on a particular project, sort of adding an activity to the career exploration. Could you talk a little bit about the activity that you worked on? I know it's been a month or two, but just off the top of your head, just sort of what you guys focused on and sort of what direction you took it in.
Sure. So we worked on two activities in particular. So we did one for the job descriptions, job title and job descriptions, and another one for the career pathways. So we initially started with the career pathways, but after completing both activities, obviously they're tied together. So coming from the I guess the user's perspective or the learner's perspective, I think a better way to kind of describe it is that we based on the existing virtual environment that Mike, you showed us, we kind of envisioned a lobby area when the learner enters the environment, and we think that for the learner or the beginner who doesn't know much about cybersecurity career or jobs and whatnot, I think the first thing that we should introduce them about is the difference between the cybersecurity job titles and I guess the descriptions, essentially what those job titles, what do they mean, what what do they how do they work, or what do they work on. So we when they enter the lobby, we're envisioning some sort of a touch screen interactive area where we draw the attention of the learners to have them explore the different job titles and obviously introduce them to what they do. And we thought about dividing the jobs into two main categories. One is the non-technical and one is technical, because we think about the large variety of different job titles in cybersecurity area. There are some technical jobs and there are non-technical jobs, and a lot of the students or learners are not aware that when they think about cybersecurity, that we think about hackers or whatnot. It's very technical, but so a lot of them are not aware there are non-technical jobs in the field. So we kind of designed a layered menu for the learners to go in and explore based on the non-technical, versus technical, and also there are also generally tiers for each job roles. So level 1, level 2, level 3. What do they mean? We also envision to kind of introduce the starting out with the basic terminologies. What does a specialist mean? So because when you look at the job titles or job roles for pretty much any jobs, IT or cybersecurity related, we have common keywords. We have specialists, we have engineers, we have the managers or whatnot. So we need to distinguish and be able to tell what does a specialist mean, and then we can introduce them to cybersecurity specialist. So we kind of approach it from that angle. But at the end of the activity, we have some sort of a assessment or evaluation, or we can call it deliverable, for the students or the learners to complete. So the idea is we asked the learners to interact with the avatars in the VR environment, because in the VR environment, we have different avatars that are essentially already in different roles. So after the learners explored the definition of different job roles or job titles, we would ask the learners to go ahead and pick someone and talk to the avatar and discover essentially what their job roles are, the descriptions, and look at the documentation or the materials of that avatar. Let's say if they have a resume, just go look at a resume, and based on the knowledge that they got from exploring the different job titles and job roles, and we would ask the learner to essentially categorize the avatar's job title or job role. So based on, let's say, after you explored the avatar's job title, job description, and the resume, tell us, is this avatar in a non-technical or technical role? And if the avatar is a specialist, right, what does it exactly mean? of being a specialist, and tell us, and also tell us, is this avatar in a level 1 or level 2 or level 3 or not, in their role or in their position. So, and also we also want to tie it back with the NICE framework, because the VR environment is based around the NICE framework. So we also want to tie it with the NICE framework and ask the learner, in what category do you think this job role is in the NICE framework? So that is the job title or job description activity that we came up with. The second one is the career pathway. So the career pathway. So after the learners explored the different job titles and job descriptions, they can go further and discover the career pathways that are available. So the second activity, the cybersecurity career pathways, we kind of envisioned in a similar fashion, where we start out in the lobby area or the entry area with the touch screen, interactive touch screen. So the interactive touch screen, from I guess the designer's perspective, I would think that it can be multi-purpose or multifunctional, right? Similar to when you're walking on the street or going to a mall, there's a information kiosk or booth where they have that touch screen where you can look at different information on the shops or whatever. So the first activity, we spoke about using the touch screen to explore the job titles or job roles. We can kind of repurpose the touch screen for the same purpose, or for the career pathway activity, or we can also, I guess, design a separate touch screen in a different area for just for the interactions. So on this touch screen, we approach it in a similar fashion, where we have that layered menus. So this is, think about more like a job posting, right, area, where a bulletin board where people post the, I guess, different job postings or job openings. So we thought about having some kind of bulletin board area where they can explore the different job postings, but the menus are layered. So we start out with the main categories, non-technical versus technical, and then we go into the 7 categories based on the NICE framework, and then we divide them by the levels, so entry level, mid level, upper level, and then we organize them by the job roles or job titles, and then we present the learner with I guess quote unquote fake job postings, for lack of a better word. So the participant or the learner can pick a job posting or job opening, and they'll be able to see the requirements. The job posting would also provide information on the hiring manager, and also the department of that job opening. So we kind of envisioned some sort of interactivity at this time. So we will ask the learner to go ahead and email or contact the hiring manager, and then we can set up a Zoom meeting, a quote unquote Zoom meeting with the learner. And during the meeting, the hiring manager will invite the participant to visit the office or, come on site and visit us. So with this activity, and then, the learner can come into the VR environment to do a quote unquote on-site visit. And And the hiring manager, obviously in the environment, will welcome the participant or welcome the learner. But also tell the learner, hey, we have someone who's working in a same job role or in a similar job role. Why don't you talk to that person and learn more about it? Learn more about what they do on a day-to-day basis of this job role. So the learner can then go ahead and enter the particular room and talk to the avatar and who has the same job role as the learner is interested in, or who has a similar job role. And that way the learner can explore the avatar's qualifications, their past experience, their career path. So we can make it a little bit more interactive. So in the existing VR environment, Mike, that you showed us, I know the avatars, they have certain documents that are available for the learners to explore, but we can also make it more interactive. Let's say we integrate it with ChatGPT and have the avatar being able to verbally communicate with the learner and kind of do more like a real conversation with the learner and just introduce themselves. The avatar will introduce themselves and talk about their experiences, their past careers, and also the certificates and whatnot that they have for this job role. And after talking with the avatar, the learner can just have the opportunity to follow along and explore other job roles, or look at other, go back to the lobby and explore other job openings following the same pattern. For the activity or for the deliverables per se, because we're thinking about this is still going to be kind of like in a classroom setting or learning environment, where we would ask the students to be in groups of 2 to 3 and discuss the different job roles that they have explored, because each students may have different interests, right, in the different job roles or careers. So that way, by just sharing sharing the job role, the 3 job roles that they explored with their peers, we're able to increase the number of job titles or job roles or career paths that they have, essentially that they get exposed to. Because for each individual students or each individual learners, we ask them to, explore 3, let's say, but, having them discuss in groups, if they're grouping 3 and each one of them choose different ones, then, they get exposed to, 9, let's say, different job roles. So that's the whole idea of, having them come in groups and do discussions and sharing the job roles and careers that they explored. So that's the first activity for the career pathway, and we start out with the entry level, entry level job roles, and after that we would ask the learners to further go back in the environment and further explore a mid-level job role, the mid-level job roles, following the same pattern. So they go into the system, they explore job roles at the mid-level. And but this time, after they explored the job roles, the mid-level job roles, as part of the assessment deliverable, we asked them to go out and search for a video of some sort of, or if a video is not available, then they can go out on the internet and look for other materials about the job role that they have selected. So if they select, let's say, a cybersecurity specialist, they go out and look for a video that describes what a cybersecurity specialist does.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to provide the learners some available resource to get them started, right? Mm-hmm. So we provide them with a couple of references, websites where they offer a library or repository of different videos talking about different cybersecurity job roles. So, mm-hmm. for instance, women in cybersecurity, they have quite a number of videos already talking about different cybersecurity job roles. So we can provide those references or resources to students for that purpose. And after that, we have the students then go back in and further explore, 3 upper level job roles. So they did entry level, they did mid level. Now we ask them to explore upper level job roles. Now with this upper level job roles, because each, for both mid level and especially for upper level, you can have multiple pathways leading to the upper level job roles, right? Mm-hmm. If you're a manager, there are multiple ways you can get to that position. So you can start out with maybe a specialist or whatnot, but you have quite a number of different ways to get to that position. So if you want to be the CIO, you have a variety of ways to get there. So for the deliverable, we would ask students to come up with an infographic on the career pathways that they are interested in. Let's say if you're interested in being a CIO in the distant future, right? Mm-hmm. Come up with the infographic and show us the multiple pathways that are potentially available for you to get there in the future. Mm-hmm. So I think that summarizes our career pathway activity. We had 3, tasks in that career pathway activity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I like how they're connected because you learn about technical and non-technical, and then the different tiers of jobs and the job titles. But now you're researching them, and you're basically building a pathway to either those technical or non-technical jobs, and at different levels.
Yeah, that's what we kind of wanted to be, right? Because all the activities or tasks, they're all interrelated, right? Mm-hmm. We talk about, I know we worked on these 2 activities specifically, but I know we also have the other team at the same time, they worked on the industry certificates, right? Mm-hmm. They're all related. So we don't want them to be, separate, mm-hmm. I guess. We want them to be coherent and all come out all together, right? So when we explore the job titles or job descriptions, that has to lead into the career pathway, right, to a certain degree. And the career pathway, obviously, when you explore the requirements or qualifications, that should also lead to what certificates you need for those particular job roles. Hopefully, everything should be tied together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's great. That's great. So my last question here. So this was a very short notification here for these workshops, and they were very sort of compressed time wise. If we were to hold incubators like this in the future, would you be interested in continuing to participate? Maybe the same type of activity, or working on one of the other teams in CryptTool or in Packet Tracer or Arduino, something like that? Would you, or even anything related to cybersecurity education?
Oh, definitely. I would love to come back again and I guess join the workshop and work on either similar activities or other activities. So personally, we are was my first choice to begin
Mhm.
with, right? So, but I was also interested in the Arduino activities as well.
Mhm.
So, it'll be great to explore, I guess, the different choices, I would say.
Mhm.
But also, obviously, I don't mind continuing work on the VR because I'd
Mhm.
love to see the fruition of, what we
Mhm.
envisioned, right? To
Mhm.
see it come in life.
Okay. All right. Great. Great. So anything else you want to add before we wrap up?
Nothing particular. Obviously, thank you guys for the great opportunity. I had a great time there. It was my first time in Colorado, and but just being able to join the incubator workshop and working with different folks, and getting exposed to different projects and ideas, that was an awesome experience. And
All
thank you
right.
guys
Great.
again.
Well, all right. Thank you. Thank you for your time, and good luck with your semester. Hope you have a good semester, and hope to chat again soon.
All right, thank you.